Well, it seems like South of Midnight is finally upon us. We all know South of Midnight is a DEI Sweet Baby Inc. game. Nobody likes Sweet Baby Inc. All they do is invade companies and push their political ideology. And their writing is god awful. I don't know why these companies continue to work with them, because as soon as gamers see that logo, Sweet Baby Inc., we ain't buying. And now South of Midnight is a huge failure. Wow. But of course, even though the Steam charts may be god awful for the early access of the game, we still gotta look at a bunch of paid Shill losers who are bought and paid for and should not be trusted. And we're gonna look at some of those Shill reviews. But before we get into it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to push this video out in the YouTube algorithm. And you can't talk about Shills without talking about the biggest Xbox meat writer on YouTube, Colt Eastwood. This is the same guy that said that gamers are racist if they don't like this game, South of Midnight. And now he is slobbing and globbing on the visuals and music. Here's his Shill review. It says, South of Midnight is an absolutely beautiful visual and musically crafted game with repetitive, cyclical gameplay tropes that never quite evolve. I finished it late last night, and I'm glad I enjoyed it. But compulsion games need to reach for the stars in gameplay next outing. I give South of Midnight a 69 out of 100. 69? Come on now. Why can't you just say the gameplay is bad and repetitive? Why can't you say, oh, they need to reach for the stars next time? Just call it what it is. Trash. You were sipping for this game hard. You called gamers racist. And now you can't even say that the gameplay is good. That's the most important aspect of a video game. Does it play? Is it fun? And if it doesn't have good gameplay, it's not a good game, period. I don't know how you can enjoy a game that doesn't have fun gameplay. The visuals, it's just like whatever. The visuals are not bad, but the stop motion animation is stupid and retarded. I don't like games or anything moving at 12 frames per second, so I definitely disagree with the visuals. And I don't give a fuck about music if the gameplay itself is trash. I want great music that enhances the gameplay experience and make you excited to play more of the game. If you said the gameplay is not good, then the whole game is not good, but you're a fucking whore. You're never gonna tell Microsoft, yeah, this game is trash, you should have done something better, because you want that free early access. You want that access media, the exclusive interviews. You want to talk to the developers. Mind you, this guy's pinned tweet is literally him taking a picture with a bunch of different executives at the brand, the Xbox brand. So I can't take this dude seriously. I don't know how anybody does. But anyway, we have another Shill review, this one from someone who said he wanted to like the game just because it's black. No, I am not joking. Here is this long ass tweet. My god. It says, South of Midnight is a no-nonsense old school action adventure game with fantastic art direction and a great soundtrack inspired by the Deep South. The story talks about loss, guilt, and grief as Hazel uses her newfound weaving abilities to heal the inner traumas of others. Weave abilities. Oh my fucking god. Surprisingly, it also touches on American slavery, which was a huge surprise. Sadly though, it's the gameplay that lets it down. Movement felt unresponsive. Platforming was very basic, and the combat was just okay. Attached some endgame combat on the highest difficulty for reference. On PC, the game also suffers from stuttering and performance issues, as well as some minor bugs. I really wanted to love this game, if nothing else for the representation factor alone. And there are some definitely good things about it. I like Hazel as protagonist, and I think the art direction and soundtrack are great. Sadly, it's just not enough to carry the entire game on its own. Final score, 7 out of 10. Review video with 4K gameplay or whatever. We're not watching a garbage video. How can you say 7 out of 10? You just said the gameplay was a fucking letdown. You said the movement was trash. You said the platforming was trash. You said the combat was okay. You said the game has fucking performance issues on the PC, so it's glitching and lagging all over the place. The game is stuttering. That's what you said. So how can you still give it a 7 out of 10 if the gameplay is shit? What is... Oh my god. We all know why he gave it a 7 out of 10. He's a paid Shill. He got the game early. He's black and the game is black. He said he wanted to like it for the representation factor alone. He wanted to like it just because it's black. Not because it's good. It's because it's black. This is... Oh my god. This is honestly fucking pathetic. Why do people take reviews seriously? Like, game reviews are a joke. Whether it be journalists or YouTubers, it's a joke. I don't like any game reviewers. They're not real. These aren't real reviews. They are bought and paid for. Microsoft tells them what they can and can't say. Or at the very least, all these companies know that as soon as they say something stupid, one of their reviewers, they're gonna cut off the access. So what do these reviewers do? They gotta play it safe. They gotta say, oh, the gameplay was just okay. It was unresponsive. The movement, it was okay. Instead of saying, Yeah, this game is fucking dog shit. Microsoft, you're fucking retarded for funding this garbage. Why the fuck did you buy Compulsion Games? What have they made that's good that's worth being purchased by the biggest company on the fucking planet? That's what a good reviewer should have said. Because I don't know why. But they don't have the balls for that because they want to keep their access. They want to keep getting early review copies. They want to keep getting flown out to the studio and give Phil Spencer a high five and a hug. That's why they don't want to be honest with their reviews. And that's why game reviews are a fucking joke. And we can't talk about Shill reviews without talking about IGN, the most embarrassing website in games journalism. I do not know who genuinely goes to IGN for reviews. Everybody just watches YouTube, whether it be for reviews or news or discussions or anything related to gaming. Everybody rather go to YouTube or just follow some accounts on Twitter. I don't know who's reading articles from any website. But here's IGN's review. It says, from the striking art style to the invocative tunes that bring big story moments together, Jesus' journey in South of Midnight is a captivating one, no matter where you come from. South of Midnight is a straightforward but well-executed action-adventure game on the surface, with a simple but satisfying mix of combat and platforming. Beyond the basics is a certain heart and artistry that elevates the package, inviting you to peer into the deep American South through its folklore, nature, and culture. 8 out of 10. It's funny you say the combat is fun and satisfying when every other reviewer said it was trash. So why you have to be the only one to say that it's good? Meanwhile, the paid YouTubers said it's trash and they need to work better. They didn't say it like that because they want to soften the blow so they get the next game for free. They said it didn't feel good. It was repetitive. It was boring. But here goes IGN saying the combat is actually good and the platform is satisfying. I don't believe you. And I don't know why your company is still in business. Who's reading this garbage? You are the biggest fucking disgrace in games media. You give good games bad reviews and bad games good reviews. The day that games journalists go out of business is the day that gamers celebrate, because this is just fucking embarrassing at this point. But of course, every single time we call out a game that just so happens to have a diverse protagonist, what do we get called? Racist. Yes, we are being called racist by people on Twitter. You know the word racist, the word that literally means nothing nowadays because it's spammed so much. And here is some dumb retard on the internet calling gamers racist. His tweet says, South of Midnight is just more proof that the anti-woke just use DEI as their N-word. Hated on the game before release and even after it comes out, and is a confirmed banger because the main character isn't the straight white male number 1 million again. Whatever you mean by number 1 million, I have no fucking idea. I just find it so funny that these people want to call us racist, but they don't want to call out the actual racism. Remember the community manager? She says Asians are white adjacent. She says she hates gamers, but you don't want to call out that racism, do you? And plus, people who are calling out this game are calling it out because it's connected to Sweet Baby Inc., you fucking idiot. They are a DEI consultancy firm that has terrible writing and pushes their politics in games. Are you fucking dumb? That's why people are hating on the game. And plus, like I said, the community manager is racist herself, but you're okay with that because it's against white people and Asians. But you want to have a meltdown because people aren't liking the game that just so happens to have a black female protagonist. It's the same song and dance every fucking time. You can call anybody whatever you want. That's not going to sell copies of the game. Anyway, you get the idea. I highly doubt this game is going to do that well. The early access Steam charts are terrible. Now I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, what about Game Pass? This is a Microsoft game. It's going to be on Game Pass. Microsoft doesn't even announce how many players are on a Game Pass game because they are embarrassed because the Xbox brand is dying. Nobody cares about Xbox anymore. They're putting their games on other platforms because nobody uses their platform. You don't see PlayStation putting their games on Xbox. You don't see Nintendo putting their games on other platforms. Why? Because people will buy Nintendo consoles for the Nintendo games, but nobody cares about Xbox anymore. So I highly doubt this game is going to do well on Game Pass, but all we have to do is just wait and see. It could end up doing well, or it could just end up being another disgrace on the Xbox brand. So I don't have much else to say. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So all the shills defending South of Midnight, go fuck yourself.